video about the most basic SEO programs everyone should own and why as well. You don't really have to if you like keep buying new programs as lots of people do. The only reason I would recommend if you say buy more if it's something you really need or something you really want, except for the main SEO programs I recommend you have is for Google Analytics, which is all free. Any other Google-based programs which are free. You can also as well buy Scrapebox. Scrapebox is the other one I would strongly recommend you get. I would also recommend SEO Testify. SEO Testify, in case you don't know, I'll give a wee introduction now before we go into the rest. SEO Testify it's quite an intriguing and smart program. It's designed by one of my friends called Kem, but the advantages you have over using SEO Testify when compared to other things is it allows you to do a lot of different things. Like it's got a really high spec heat map, and the heat map alone is world class in my thoughts. I haven't used any heat maps which are even half as good. The thing I love about it as well, it's kind of like an all round SEO tool in the sense it's kind of like a ref, it's kind of like CMrush and a few other ones. In a sense, it tells us even some of the backlinks. It also gives us great information to understand where traffic is coming from because I'll give you an example. One thing I found in one of my newer sites, I never actually realised it, but 50% of my site traffic was actually coming from Bing. And that may seem unlikely to you when Google's obviously so big. But in certain niches, Bing will actually be bigger or other search engines. Don't, if you'd like, rely purely on Google. Google's obviously the most important for most people, unless you're saying like the X in like the past USSR states, then it's obviously Yandex and Mail. But for most other people, it's generally, if you like Google. But what I like about the program is it basically tells us a range of different information, which would normally be quite hard. It also tells us, which is quite cool and quite smart, is it tells us about how long people are staying on our site. If our site people are only staying in 30 seconds, it means two things. Either our site's bad, or it means they only skim part of our website to find out whatever they want to know, say an answer to a question, they just come and go. It basically allows you to understand more about what your customers are doing. It also gives you different information which you normally would find quite hard to find yourself. Another cool program as well, which they got as well, which is called Content Assistant. What this does is one of the biggest problems many bloggers or people that do articles have is coming up with ideas. And what is cool about this program is it basically pulls a wide range of information for you into how, if you like, you can come up with titles. It can give you information about things. So you can, if you like, have a copy of different information. You can read it, use that to help you come up with good content ideas, and then obviously make a better quality article. And one thing I really, really like about it as well, you may think quite smart. One of the things that I always thought was a bit bad about Yoast is when it gives you an article rating, it's never really, to be honest, really been worth it. I've tested it, getting green ones, red ones. It honestly done no difference to it when I tried both green, red, and all the rest of them. It done no good. But I like with Yoast, sorry, not with Yoast. I like with SEO Testify, but it actually gives you good quality information. Because one of the things I quite like about it is, say I'm coming up with a title idea, it helps me improve it. Say I just had a boring title, just for example, saying car, it would tell me that would be terrible. If I put something like what is the best way to buy a Ford Focus car, it would probably give me quite a high score. And this is what makes it really cool. It helps you come up with better titles because you may not realize this, but 80% of your click through rate is actually governed by your title. So if you have a rubbish title, not be nasty, but people won't even click through your site. And this is why using this program can be seriously powerful for increasing your sales, your click through rate, making people join your site, whatever you want. It's kind of a great all round program. But anyway, I'm back to refs now. What makes a refs one of the best SEO programs is this. It tells us basically a wide range of information. I just picked Google for obvious reason. So what does this tell us? It tells us it's got approximately 217 million backlinks. It's got approximately 153,000 backlinks. It's got 500,000 reference domains. It's got its organic keywords, organic traffic, traffic value. So it gives us a range of information. But please remember, every program in the world will never be 100% accurate. You will find also for Google in particular, it would be very hard for a ref to try and work out how many backlinks Google has because people give Google backlinks all the time. So, I mean, and to be fair to them, I would estimate this would be at most 50% of the backlinks for this search engine, to be honest. It's just because Google gets so many. and even the reference domains, it was probably at least another 100,000 reference domains. And the keywords as well, it'll probably have a lot more than that. And the traffic as well, it'll probably have quite a bit more than that as well. And I say search well, it's lost 5 million. I, I think it's possible, but it's not really likely people would leave Google because Google's kind of been here one of the longest search engines, so people just kind of always use it. I know a wee bit of people still use Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, and if you're searching, but in general, Google's kind of the one most people in a lot of countries in the world be using. And the traffic value, to be fair on the refs, it would be seriously hard to work out how much Google's traffic value is worth because consider how much AdWords they get paid. This is just for example purposes. Say we get paid £5 a click through AdSense. If I remember correctly, we're only getting like about 5% of the profit they're making. So for them, they'd be getting roughly £95 profit from that, roughly. So you can consider that as a factor. It'd be next to impossible to work out how much money AdSense and AdWords for Google would actually be making them. It's just next to impossible for anyone to work it out. Because you get some keywords that even pay you $500. It's even, I think, at the highest at the moment, I think it's £2,000. So you consider that's only 5% of something so much bigger. Working out the cost of it would be very hard to work out. The main things I never use this for, it's just really the keywords, backlinks, and reference domains. You can use the Content Explorer, Rank Tracker, Site Audit, and that kind of stuff, but it's just not something I've ever really used much. Because I got lots of other programs I use myself, and generally for other things, I generally know it quite well, so I don't really, if you like, rely on things like this. You can definitely check it out. I would recommend you do it. Some great things you can learn going to these other sections of the refs. And this is really all I want to cover. Just about you shouldn't try and buy too many programs. The only program I'd recommend you buy is Scrapebox, SEO Testify, and a refs. Everything else is kind of your discretion. You may want to buy SEMrush, but that's kind of, if you like, it's good. It's a great program, no doubt that. But I've never really felt a need to rely on it too much. But if you want to buy it, go for it. It's a good program. That's all we'll cover. Thanks. Bye.